In southeast Queensland in the subtropics, at this time of the year, we've come to the end of autumn, which basically means winter is here. And with that comes a few key things that you need to do. And one of those is you could probably reduce the amount of watering. You could probably reduce the amount of fertilizers. And they are two key things I do encourage people to be aware of when it comes to looking after your garden. Now, because of the lower temperatures, the plants are not growing as they normally would during the warmer season. So the demand, the need for nutrition, the need for water is not as high as it normally would be at the peak growing season time period. Also, some plants will almost go into semi-dormancy. So you just have to watch those plants and be very careful that you don't throw those pot plants out if they've gone into dormancy. So here we have the variegated Hymenocallises, the spider lilies. And this particular one tends to completely die down in the winter period. So it's important not to throw the plants out, not to throw the pots out. Otherwise, you're basically throwing away an entire plant for next season. Another typical one are bulbous plants that grow throughout the summer and into the autumn. So caladiums are a really good example. So they will tend to die down during that winter period. It's very important to reduce the watering so that the whole bulbous system doesn't actually rot. So quite often what I do is I tip the plants on the side so that even if it rains, it's not going to get into the pot itself. And that's a really good way to look after it. Now, I do know some people who have planted them and they leave them alone. That's perfectly fine. But if we have a cold, wet winter, the chances are those bulbous systems under the ground may actually rot. So I do actually prefer the method of turning the pot on its side. Another thing to remember in autumn and winter are so many plants actually flower. And right now I've got a whole lot of, let's see if I can increase. These plants are starting to flower. The Dombea group of plants, which are from various parts of Africa, will flower from the autumn into the winter period and actually into early spring. Now, these produce the nectar and the pollen at a time of year when a lot of other plants aren't in flower and provide wonderful color and shape for a garden during these cooler months. And I like the fact that some of these are quite large. In fact, I'll walk around to the really big ones and just to show you some of the varieties and some of the types available. The Dombea group are incredibly diverse, and the range of flowers you get, the different size plants you get, some which are over, I would have to say 4 or 5 meters, but I prune it down every single year. And of course, this one, which is often regarded as the climber form, can easily be trained to keep it down under 2 meters if you so choose. But Dombea is just one group. There are a lot of other plants that flower prolifically during this cooler time of the year. And of course, flowers aren't the main thing. You can also grow plants just for the foliage, and it's worthwhile considering the plant varieties in your garden during the cooler months of the year. Foliage and flowers are both very, very important. Is the big Dombea. With gardening in the cooler season, we tend not to propagate the plants, mainly because the germination rate is not that high for the seed, and the production of roots from cuttings is also extremely low. So unless you've got a heating system to support and encourage rooting, it's usually best to delay any propagating until the weather starts to warm up, the night temperatures start to warm up, and of course, if you do have the facilities for base heating, then definitely continue with propagating. I mean, this is my little patch of my mini propagating area, and they're doing really well. In fact, these ones are actually growing quite large, whereas some of my other areas where I'm propagating, splitting and dividing, most of that was done about 2 months ago. So they've had time to establish themselves before the chill of winter arrives, so they can stay, grow, and mature until spring actually arrives. So with winter arriving, with winter around the corner, there is still potential to do gardening. You can still plant plants in the garden. The deciduous trees, the roses, the fruit trees, you can still plant in the garden. Now, ideally, citrus and a lot of the other warm climate, tropical fruit trees should have been planted during summer and autumn. But in winter, probably best if you choose some of the more deciduous style fruiting plants. So it might be a low chill peach or a pear or an apple. The low chill fruit are very important. If you do wish to choose and grow those low chill fruit, be very careful with what you select so that you are definitely choosing the right varieties and the right cultivars. I personally don't grow a lot of those low chill varieties because I personally don't like the flavors of some of them. I will go to the grocery store and support the farmers in that way, but you are welcome to trial that yourself. But at home, you can still enjoy gardening. You can still do tasks. You can still buy flowering annuals, which will flower throughout the autumn, winter, and into early spring. And also remember, here in Southeast Queensland, in the subtropics, our winter is very, very mild. So our winter is going to be short, and we will get plants flowering and growing. All of those violets and pansies and snapdragons will actually be in production and in flower a lot sooner than people in a cooler climate. So don't let winter be a distraction or be a problem for you. Work around winter, sort out what you can work with, sort out what will succeed in the winter period so you are still active in gardening. And remember, there are still events, there are still nurseries that are open. There are a lot of things that you can do during the winter period. If you're not ready to do gardening in winter, prepare ahead. Do a little bit of planning, do a little bit of preparation for your garden. But there is still potential for you to physically do some gardening. It could be controlling weeds. It could be pruning certain plants. It could be removing really annoying weedy plants and large shrubs and trees that you don't want on the site. Winter can be incredibly productive in your garden. So take the opportunity, take the time, and do some really good gardening in the coming weeks and months ahead. And that's your garden tip for today from Paul Plant Horticulture.